It is 5:30. I don't remember the last time I got up when it was dark outside. So why am I up at this stupid hour? Football's back! So regular viewers of this channel will know that this is all about Scottish football and the weird and wonderful Scottish football stadiums that I like to visit. And the Scottish season, at least in the Premiership, started about 3 weeks ago, but as you'll probably know, they're not letting in fans yet, except for today. In 24 hours time, football fans will be allowed back into Scottish grounds to watch a live game for the first time since March. One of the two trial grounds will be Pittodrie, where 300 Aberdeen fans will watch their team play against Kilmarnock. Instead, we're taking a trip to Glasgow and we're going to go and watch Celtic. Made it to Glasgow, where, as you can see, it's a lovely summer's day, perfect for football. And the game I am seeing today involves a team called Celtic. It's not the Celtic, they're playing away today, I think. So there are two games taking place in Scotland today where fans are allowed to attend, but only a limit of 300 per game, which basically means that it's season ticket holders only who can go. I'm not a season ticket holder in Scotland, so the only choice I had today, if I want to watch a live match, was to go to England. So I'm in Glasgow at the moment and I now have a train going south heading into England. The rules in England for non-league football are quite different to Scotland and to professional football in England. Clubs in the Premier League aren't allowed any fans in, the same with the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Non-league games are allowed to have up to 600 fans. So I will be going to a match today where there are probably about 150 people there. So that's my train there. It doesn't yet say what platform it's on. Time now 7:15 AM and the train will be leaving in about 2 minutes and I'll arrive in Penrith at about midday. So I've arrived in Penrith, it's midday, and I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about what life has been like over the last few months. The last game that I attended was a Montrose game back in, I think it was February, and things changed pretty quickly after that. The whole of the UK went into total lockdown between March and July, I think it was, maybe even August, and then things started to ease off a little bit. A bit more freedom, able to go out a bit more, shops opening, that kind of thing. No return of football, of course, too early. Then in Aberdeen we suffered a bit of a setback because some of the pubs didn't take the measures as seriously as they could have done, including some of the football players. And we shan't go into too much detail, you can Google that yourself. But that led to restrictions being imposed in Aberdeen particularly for 3 weeks, and then they eased up a bit. And I think that since they've eased up, particularly in Aberdeen, people have been a little bit more cautious. Pubs have been very good the way that they've handled it, in fairness. And it's interesting that yesterday there were no COVID cases whatsoever in Aberdeen, which isn't really the case throughout the UK. So it's interesting that Aberdeen was chosen for one of the trials for fans returning today. And I wish them all the best with it. They're hoping to do a bigger trial in the next home game. But the problem is that the league football in Scotland can't return. The Premiership can, but the next 3 divisions down, the Championship, League 1, League 2 and then the Highland League and the Lowland League, they can't come back until October 17th. And that was the planned in date, but it might actually not be until later on now, depending on how the latest batch of restrictions go. But as a contrast, it's a bit different in English non-league because they're allowed to have up to 600 fans. So typically in the game that I'm watching today, Penrith would get about, I think, 150-200 fans, so I'll have to check that. So there's not really an issue with capacity. The team that I support, FC United of Manchester, we generally get more than 1,000 fans, so you can see how that's an issue with only 600 fans being allowed in, plus away games where I think the first away game that FC are playing, they only get 95 tickets, and you know, they're like gold dust. But I thought it was important to come to an English non-league game today just to see how things are at live football games in the post-COVID world. I think it's a real tribute to the clubs and their officials for getting the show back on the road, and yeah, I've been looking forward to seeing what the system is like today. And then just a word about pubs. In Scotland, the rules are that you can show football, but you can't have any volume on, including music or TV commentary. So it makes it quite restrictive, and as of Monday it will become even more restrictive because anyone in a pub in Scotland has to wear a mask at all times except for eating or drinking. So that to me is just taking the fun out of it completely. In England it's a little bit more relaxed because I believe that for example TV commentary can be on. So there's a match on at 12:30. I'm going to go to the Agricultural, but I'm going to go and see what it's like to have a pint at an English pub for the first time in a few months, and we'll see. And then obviously it's on to the match itself, which is probably about half an hour away from here, so that'll be a nice walk. Looking down to the ground now, and I'm going to bring you 5 facts about Penrith FC. Fact number 1, Penrith FC, also known as Penrith AFC, to make sure that they're not confused with a similar sounding name of a team in Australia, were founded in 1894, which was the same year that Blackpool Tower was opened. Fact number 2, the club crest contains the phrase, which is Latin, of res non verba, which roughly translates as your actions speak louder than words. Inspirational. Fact number 3 is that the Bonnie Blues, as they're called, play in the Northern League Division 1, which is a mere 8 promotions away from the Premier League. Fact number 4 is that Penrith's opponents today are West Allotment Celtic, who play in Newcastle. Now, West Allotment Celtic play in the division below Penrith. However, last season they won that division. They would have ordinarily been promoted, but because the season was expunged and all the results were wiped from the record, West Allotment Celtic will begin this season in the same division, the one below Penrith. And fact number 5 is that today's game is in the FA Cup preliminary round. Now, for both these teams, they are just 12 victories away from a final at Wembley in May. Almost there. Here we go, 7 minutes before kick-off, right on time. Just got in for the start, literally 30 seconds gone. Penrith with the corner, easy taken by the keeper. Oh, the football. Moved across to the other side, great play, it's brilliant little main stand. And this on the side as well. It's been like brown face. Chance for West Allotment to pat the box and get across it. Harmless through to the keeper, never in doubt that. It's 1-0 West Ham. Allotment take the lead. The would-be champions of last season go 1-0 ahead. It was a ball to the back post, just smashed in, left-footed, low to the right. Really nice little move there from Western Allotment. They got a corner for it. Oh, again. Chance. Oh, he's in the bar! And that could have been game on.
It's half time.
Half time. Penrith 0, Western Allotment Celtic 1. Well deserved lead, I think, for the visitors. They held their own. They look like a team that finished top of the league last season. Overall, Penrith just look a bit tame. They don't look like they're fully back to the new season, which is surprising given the fact that they've had 2 impressive wins so far this season. They need a little bit more creative spark, I think. Second half away, and it's all Penrith to do. Oh, what's that going? That could have been game, set and match. Equaliser for Penrith.
Penrith, 72 minutes, number 11, Ryan Eriksson.
And that goal came right after I moved away from that goal to come to the other end. Just sod's law, isn't it? But there you go, bound to happen. So, 1-1. Wow, what a strike! What a goal that was. Michael Baxter got the ball out on the Western Allotment right hand side. There wasn't much on for him in the middle, so he just smashed it near post, straight past the keeper. Brilliant goal. Here we go. Comes in. Oh, and Western Allotment might break here. I think they'll be happy just to smash it upfield. Oh, that's a great ball though. Oh, almost. Chance on the break. Chance. There we go. And that is the match winner. Full time, 3-1 to Western Allotment Celtic, who were through to the first qualifying round of the FA Cup. A really entertaining game, particularly the second half. Penrith pressed and got a goal, but then Western Allotment came right to the other end, scored an absolute brilliant goal. Really impressive strike. Beat the keeper at his near post with a lot of power, a lot of precision. And then, as Penrith were chasing the equaliser for the second time, Western Allotment hit them on the break, and it was, you could see the goal come in because they had 2 men over, and then it was pretty much all she wrote. Really good performance from Western Allotment. Yeah, I'm just on the way back to the train station. Train will be probably in about 15 minutes, and that will get me into Glasgow for about 7:30. Just a quick word about the setup at Penrith. It was perfect in terms of hygiene and signing in, you know, leaving your phone number at the gate and that kind of thing. Distancing, absolutely brilliant, can't knock them. Western Allotment, again, you can tell they've got a really good setup as well. It shows just what a hidden gem the Northern League can be. It is very low down the pyramid, but a lot of you know, a lot of good players and a lot of good coaches and, you know, admirable setups, I think you'd say. So yeah, well done to Penrith for hosting a really good day today. If you have enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. Please give it a like and be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching and goodbye.